Hey, beautiful human. Thanks for clicking on our conversation with 24kGoldn. This human being is beyond fascinating. We're going to talk about pretty much everything, including his new album that's on the way. We're ready. Hey, please leave your honest feedback in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit like, please. And even if you hate us, hit subscribe. I think he's here, Daniel.
Let's do this. Show.
24kGoldn is here.
Yo.
You really are a son of San Francisco. You are a man of California. Is that represented in your name? Is that where Golden comes from, or is it actually gold, like a brick of gold?
My parents, they named me Golden because of the golden dragon in like the Chinese zodiac calendar. Every 60 years is a golden dragon.
Oh.
And my dad, San Francisco got a lot of Asian culture there.
Yeah.
My dad had a lot of Asian coworkers, and they were telling him like, yo, that's very lucky. Like, you're having a golden dragon baby. That's really lucky. And he was like, maybe I should name him Golden. And he told my mom, and at first she was like, nah, don't name him Golden. Kids are going to make fun of him, call him Goldilocks, whatever. But he was driving by the beach after, and he looked out over the water, and it was a beautiful golden sunset. And he turned on the radio, and the song The Golden Time of Day came on. So he was like, all right, this is a sign. Like, we got to name him Golden.
By the way, not just one sign, numerous signs. And by the way, you've had quite the path in existence. Quite lucky, would you say? I mean, would you attribute it to luck, or would you attribute what you have going on right now to genuine talent? Or is it a combination of both?
I think it's a combination of both. Like, I could never take credit for everything that's happened in my life. It's like there's so many people out there and just kind of random occurrences. But at the same time, a part of me wants to say, like, nothing is random. Like, I feel like it's already written, and I'm just living it day by day and trying to manifest the next pages of the book,
I totally understand that. And what you're doing now in music, dude, did it start going back to the first song you ever put out there, Bitch, I Go to USC? Did it start it wasn't the first song, but that was the first one to blow up, right?
Nah, I didn't. Valentino, I don't know. I don't even know if that blew up. You tell me.
Well, I'm trying to understand the genre that you've created here and its path from the beginning. Like, if you go to Spotify, Ballin' Like Sharif is like the only one you really could get. And that leans a little bit more hip hop. But as it progresses, you get into this punk alternative space that is, I mean, to me, like, just hits so right, dude. So I'm just trying to figure out the sound and even how we get here. It's pretty wild because it's very unique.
I would say growing up, like, I definitely had a lot of wide influences. Like, my parents put me on to Michael Jackson from a young age, like Miles Davis, Outkast, Lauryn Hill, stuff like that. So before I even could pick what I was listening to, like, they were feeding my brain good stuff. But when I got older in like middle school and I got my little Metro PCS phone, I'm slapping Chief Keef, Future, like, and Bruno Mars. That was like the one pop star that I really liked. And I was like, but I was a strict like hip hop head. Like, I thought everything else was like whack until I got to senior year of high school. And I just kind of, my mind opened a little bit. I had friends that started putting me on to different kinds of music, and I was a little hesitant at first, but once I met Omer Fedi, who produced Mood and City of Angels and a lot of those songs that have that more punk, pop, rock, alternative leaning sound that you're talking about, he put me on to so much stuff and made me feel comfortable enough to try new things to where I found what I think is now my sound.
How do you find this man who introduces you to another side of music? Like, is that fair to say? Like, you were creating records in one lane and maybe you're not fully in the other lane, but you've taken like at least half a step into it, which has been the right blend. So how'd you find him? How do you enter your zone?
We met at a party randomly, like, not even like, yo, that's my boy. Like, we had a great night. Like, I love you forever. It was like very casual introduction. Like, yo, what's up? You play guitar? Cool. Oh, you rap? Cool. And we kind of just did our own thing the rest of the night, but we set up a session like probably a week later, and we made a crazy song that first time. And from there, it was just kind of like, when you have a good session, you got to keep working with that person because good sessions are hard to find.
So would you have considered yourself a rapper before that meeting or before that session?
Yeah, I think before I consider myself more a rapper, and now I just feel like I'm an artist,
Totally.
Well, I have a question. What do you think when you look back and listen to Trapper's Anthem?
Man, I'm like that just feels like such a different time, like that music is always reflective of what you're taking in, right? And at the time, that was my environment. That was what I was listening to. That was the kind of things that was on my mind. And now it's like I don't gotta think about none of that. I'm living in Los Angeles, California. Like, I feel free to make music that is more relatable and speaks on some of the bigger things in life now.
You wanted to be like a hedge fund manager, right? Like, you
Yeah.
sang growing up, but you had a whole path that was not this planned out for yourself.
I think I always liked music, but as kids, it's kind of even with my parents that are super, super supportive and like do whatever you want. Society kind of tells you like, yeah, you shouldn't be this or that because these people make no money and you're probably gonna fail. So it's kind of hard to come out the gate saying, I want to be an artist. I want to be an artist. And I think there was a part of me that didn't even realize I wanted to be an artist until I started doing it, and it felt so right.
What was it? Like, how'd you even know to begin? Like, was it something inside of you? Is it somebody who pushes you?
Freshman year of high school, I was just, getting lit and freestyling with my friends, like in the car on random YouTube beats. And every time we'd hang out, like I'd want to do that because that was the only people that I do that type of thing with. And it soon became from a group freestyle to, all right, let's watch Golden freestyle for 10 minutes and see what happens. And I was just kind of, I was really good at it off the rip. And that led me to going to Paperboy, who's my mentor, my big bro that we met through sneakers, but he made music too. And he had a sneaker shop a couple blocks away from my house. So I went to the studio above that and I came to him and I was like, yo, I want to make music. And he said, all right, cool. So I dropped my first song on SoundCloud after recording it there, text everybody at school. And when I come back the next day, everyone's like, yo, that song is sick. That song is sick. Looking back now, I'm like, that song was ass. But just to kind of to get that really validation for me doing what I love made me want to do it more. It's like, I think I'm doing the right thing because I like this and other people like it. Like,
Yeah.
the world's kind of aligned. Let's keep it going and see what happens.
So obviously the Bay Area has quite the music scene. It's produced icons, legends in multiple genres, but in specific hip hop, right? So
Yeah.
This sneaker shop that you go to, the studio is in the Bay. It's in San Francisco.
It's called Dream Team SF. It was like literally a couple blocks from my house, and 13 is my lucky number, right? I went on my 13th birthday and I was like thinking like, yo, it's my 13th birthday. Some crazy shit is going to happen, but nothing crazy happened immediately, except I went to the sneaker store. I met this guy and I bought some shirts, right? But that me going to the sneaker store on my 13th birthday was the start to a relationship that put me in the position of where I am now.
Wow. It's pretty wild. It is like there are these universe, like cosmic, whatever things that have followed you.
I think the universe talks to everybody. It's just how willing are you to listen? And I trust myself. I listen to things that seem like a little too coincidental to be coincidental.
Amen. Beautiful human. I'm just hitting pause real quick to talk about trains. I get it. It can be a little frustrating, especially if you're in a hurry or running late, to find yourself at a railway crossing waiting for a train. And if the signals are going and the train's not even there yet, you may feel a bit tempted to try and sneak across the tracks. Don't do that. Ever. Okay? To the naked eye, trains often appear further away and moving slower than they are. And they can't stop quickly, okay? Even if the engineer hits that emergency brake right away, it can take a train over a mile to stop. Over a mile. By that time, it's too late, and the results are potentially deadly. A potentially deadly crash can happen if you don't understand that the train signals at a railway crossing are there for a reason. The point is, you can't know how quickly the train will arrive. The train can't stop quickly. Even if it sees you, it ends in a disaster. If the signals are on, the train is on its way. And you Just need to remember one thing. Stop. Trains can't.
But while you're making music, did you not think it was possible to be successful in music? Like, why'd you decide to go to college then?
I wasn't even thinking about like, yo, let me be let me do this as a career. At first it was just fun because I like making music. But the more I did it, the more it was like I don't really want to do anything else. But I still had those expectations from, society of I need to be successful. I need to make money. And the most successful, traditionally successful person that I had known growing up was a good family friend of mine who like there was these twins that I'm friends with, and their dad is a hedge fund manager. And I'm like, yo, they got a sick ass house. I want a sick ass house when I grow up and raise my kids too. And I've been training stock since I was in 5th grade. I've always had an entrepreneurial hustler mindset. So I thought, look, I'm getting a full scholarship to college. I get to go to LA, the best city to do music. I get to eat for free. I get to live here for free. And I might learn something useful in the meantime. Let's try it out. And going in, I knew that I was going to leave school, but I didn't think it was going to be as fast. A lot of the things that have happened in the past 2 years are things that I thought would have happened stretched over 5 years, but life hits you fast when it hits you.
Dude, when it rains, it pours. But as you're living it, do you try to figure out a reason as to why it's going so fast? Why your 5-year has turned into your, 2-year?
I don't question those things. It's like, I think it's just cause I'm ready for it, like from the smallest level to the biggest level, like things like waking up in the morning and going to meetings on time, coming here on time, like all these things add up and eventually you get that reward. And I've done so much, I put in so much work every single day that like, it's just the rewards are coming because of that.
But it's going to keep going because your 2-year turned into your 5-year and you're so young. All you're doing is looking at a long road ahead of you.
It's just like, if I think about it too much, it's like, I'm only 19. Like I could do this for 10 more years and I won't even be 30 yet. Like what do I do with all that time? It's just going to stress me out.
Don't just live in the present and it'll fly. Yeah. Just keep committed and focus on working and be consistent always. And then you're
Exactly.
I would say, do you remember the moment you decided college like wasn't for you? You were dropping out? Because I dropped out of college, and I remember the day I walked out of school, and I was like, I'm not going back. This is my last day.
Oh, I 100% remember that. It felt like a movie, right? Like, so I go, it's midterms, right? I go into my business class, and it was super easy for me because it's basically like putting words to concepts and ideas that I already knew. I just had to memorize the words that went with those. So I come in, it's midterms, everyone's stressing out. I get the test, I'm like, that's it. I finished in 20 minutes. I found out later I got like a B- or something like that. But I walk out the class and everyone's looking at me crazy like, what's up with this kid, And I'm just done with it. Like, so in between that class and my next class, I go to my boy's dorm room and we're just chilling there. And I'm like, this is after I signed my deal. And I'm like, I don't even know why I'm here anymore. Like, I got music I'm trying to make, And they're like, yeah, we don't know why you're here either. So I go to my next class and the type of person I am, like, I really like to engage in class. I'm going to be answering the questions. I'm going to be asking questions. And the teacher, she was used to using me as a crutch because nobody else wanted to talk in the class except me. So this day I just wasn't having it. Like I was not feeling it. She keeps asking me questions and I'm just trying to be on my laptop on Grailed shopping, not really. I'm trying to figure out how to spend this advance money I just got. And she's like, Golden, get off your laptop. I'm like, all right, I've had enough of this. So in a little lull in the conversation, I pack up my things and I go to the front of the class and I talk to her. I'm like, yo, there's an emergency. I got to go. And I know we got a presentation next week, but by the way, I will not be here. And I never went to any class again. And I made it official like a couple weeks later.
Wow. I mean, was any part of it hard or no?
What? Making that decision?
Yeah.
Nah. It was at the right time. And I think that's why it was so easy. It wasn't like, Mom, Dad, I got 1,000 plays on SoundCloud. I'm dropping out to be a rapper. Peace. It's like, look, I got this contract lined up. I already got a place to stay. I'm making great music, why not? And it's something I love doing. And I was willing to bet on myself and take that chance.
The right thing to do.
So
Yeah.
the next day, do you wake up with a whole new mindset? It's like, don't even think about school, don't even think about that part of your life, just go straight to the studio?
Well, to kind of complete the finesse, I had to stay in one class for the whole rest of that semester. So except for one day a week, I was pretty much in the studio the whole time. And then because of that one class, I got to go take a trip to Japan after too. So it was kind of like a win-win situation.
Oh.
And I actually, USC paid for me to go to Japan, and I shot the music video for Lot to Lose out there on with that travel money.
Wow. Okay, so I want to understand how records start for you and how the process has changed. Like, do you Valentino, Mood, were they created around the same time?
Nah, Valentino I made when I was 17 years old, like on my family desktop computer with a piece of paper, like just writing down the lyrics to that. And that was before when I had to pay for studio session by the hour every time. So I'm like, yo, this is $35 an hour. I'm not going to spend, $150 trying to figure out what I'm going to say. I got to figure out what I'm going to say before I go in the studio so then I can not waste my money. And now, now I have the liberty to pretty much use a studio whenever I want. But I still find that the concept of figuring out what you want to say has to happen outside the studio. Like my best songs, Mood, Valentino, City of Angels, they've all started outside of the studio, just kind of being struck by inspiration. Like my voice memos is full of just random that I'm saying, random melodies, random lyrics. But that's the best stuff because there's no pressure. You're not in the studio like, I got 6 hours to make a #1 song in the world. I'm just out living life, and I get struck by inspiration, and I got to channel that into the music.
So do you go days where you just live and then like maybe once a month or once every 2 weeks, you go to the studio after you acquire a decent amount of voice memos?
Normally I'm in the studio more often than that, just because I think it's good to keep in practice. Now I'm just like, yo, I got the #1 song in the world. I got damn near my whole album done. I can chill for a little bit.
Well, so I want to know, okay, so a feature process for you is different than your own song process, correct?
Like when I write a feature on someone else's song.
Yeah, like you maybe that doesn't come from a voice memo.
Oh yeah, that one. Well, that's actually easier for me to figure out in the studio because it's like I already have a wealth of content to be inspired by.
Yeah.
Somebody else is telling their story and putting their emotions in it, and I'm just building upon that story. And as a songwriter, that's what I do. I can build upon other people's stories and help them tell their stories. So when it comes to telling my own story that's intertangled in the other artists, that's really easy for me.
Totally. But the other stuff is made from your life, so as you experience and live, you keep note of you soak in.
Yeah. I'm just a sponge taking it all in.
Did you know there was something special about Mood when you were recording it?
To be honest, I did not think this song was going to get to the levels it was. Like, I knew this was a banger of a song. I knew we had so much fun making it. There was no pressure. Like, we literally weren't even trying to make music. This song came together accidentally when me and Ian were playing Call of Duty at his house, and Omer and KBZ were around making beats in the back. And I just started singing the chorus. And because the studio was right there, but it wasn't really like a studio environment, it just felt so easy, and I was able to kind of capture that lightning in a bottle and put it straight onto wax. But Mood, I knew it was going to be big. I didn't know it was going to be this big.
Does Mood change the way you listen to your own music?
I was just in the studio last night, and we were working on something, and I was like, yo, it's like, it doesn't, it makes me a little bit more, like, the expectations are so much higher now. Not even, I don't care what everyone else says, like, oh, you went #1 and now your next song is on a #1. Not every song has to be a #1 for it to still be impactful. I'm going for impact, not accolades. But it's definitely that thought, like, if I did it once, I should be able to do it again, right? Now it's like, I don't know what songs are gonna go because I didn't even think this song was gonna go the way it is. But I'm learning to trust myself more, and that's something I realized too. Like, talking to my big bro Paper, he's in town. He was like, bro, you don't got nothing to prove. You already won your championship ring. Now just keep performing well, collect these endorsement checks, and remember why you're doing this. Because you love it and to make impact, not to get the most number ones in the world.
Amen. And I think consistency in the people you choose to work with allows you a sense of comfort and understanding so you can evolve judgment free. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like to have the same people around, you get to do stuff. And I don't know. It's
You're 100% right. Like a lot of my best songs, even with the same beat, right? If someone gave me the same beat, I wouldn't have been able to make the song because it's the people that you work with that influence your energy and it gets channeled into it. You know, if I don't feel comfortable saying a certain line in front of you, but that's the line that everyone's gonna remember,
you'll never know, dude.
exactly.
You'll
Yeah, you
never know. Like
Music, music is one of the only things where you don't know you're winning until you won.
Yeah, and even sometimes afterwards, you know, it's like weird. It's like it's crazy.
Well, do you feel like you have the perfect follow-up, or does going number one kind of switch up the plans?
Oh, nah. We had the plan for what's gonna happen after this like 2 months ago. Like I'm definitely, that's a big part of why I don't feel a lot of pressure, because I already worked ahead of time so that, all right, the album's pretty much done. I got 2 follow-up singles to this one that are just as good, if not better, you know. So I got some time to chill, but it's like it's that anxiety in the future, you know, is always lingering.
Do you learn from other artists who have done this? You've talked about Nas before, Lil Nas.
Yeah.
And do you learn from that?
I try to learn from everybody, artist, executive, producer, like whatever. Like I know that for me, my life is, and the impact that I hope to have on the world is going to be a lot bigger than music. So for music, yeah, I'm watching other artists and trying to figure it out. But it's like, there's a lot that you could learn about music from watching like social activists and stuff like that. Like it's all about trying to spread a message at the end of the day.
Yeah, and also understanding what people are facing and understanding it's your reality, but it's a shared reality.
Well, you have a song called Valentino. I know way back in the day you had a song like Gucci Go Yard and Gosha or whatever. Were you actually like making money to buy those items and products at the day, or were you just kind of faking it till you made it?
Nah, I mean, I didn't own Valentino until the song dropped, because this girl stole me a pair of $1,800 Valentino sweatpants. And that was the first Valentino I got. But Gucci Goyard Gotcha, I think I had like some Gucci belt that I had scammed for, and like some used Gotcha I got off Grailed or something like that. But a lot of the music I make is either like aspirational, like me trying to set out what I want in the future for me, or me either expressing a concept of emotion that I felt before, or a concept that I felt before. And I feel like now it's more of the latter. Before it was more like aspirational music, like this is what I'm trying to go for. And because that's what all the rappers that I was listening to were rapping about, you know. And now I'm learning how to blend fashion that's like, I don't really even like a lot of designers anymore. Now I'm more about like style, but trying to tell more of my story than a story.
I love the pearls. They're beautiful.
Man, pearls, all 2020.
Yeah, dude, they are a big trend of 2020. A lot of people, a lot of men rocking the pearls.
You know, men can be classy too, you know?
Yeah, if it's about time, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm a bad too, okay?
Just wondering, how much does it cost for a feature from 24kGoldn these days?
100,000.
Yeah. Plus some back end, yeah?
You know, a little video fee maybe.
Wow. I mean, there's pride in that, yeah? Because, like, did you ever really think you'd be able to say that?
The reason why I say that the way I say it is because I have pictures on my Instagram story, screenshots on my Instagram story from not even 3 years ago, where I was selling features for $100, and nobody was like, maybe like 3 or 4 people bought it. Like no one was with me, and for me to have gone, you know, spending my own money, you know, to perform at shows, opening up for people, to buy studio time, to pay for cover art and videos all before this, and now to be able to make money off doing something I love. Hell yeah, I'm proud of that, because not a lot of people can say that they make money doing what they love.
Yeah. Are you picky at all with who you choose to give your voice to and your talent?
Yeah, I'm definitely being more picky moving forward now too, because before it was like, yo, I need some money, yo. Like it was not. I needed money, yo.
Dude, you were
know,
selling it
it's
for
like
$100. I should have gotten a feature from you. I don't
yeah,
have a
right.
song, but
But now it's like, okay, this is more than just a thing I do for money. This is me co-signing whatever this is, and whether it's sonically or brand wise or whatever.
you're an
So
artist.
now it's basically just like if I don't the song, I don't want to do it.
Because you're a part of it forever.
hmm And it's
But
like when I look back, I don't want to look back and be like, cringe. I want to look back and be like, damn, that was dope.
in life, like most things, like nothing will last forever. You don't know how long all the success will last. Do you ever want to like take an offer because you know how much money is available to you now? You can just be like, because you seem like you're really smart with money. You could be taking in all this money now, invest it, and be set for life.
Well, I think it's a balance, you know. If I could go find 10 people to give me $100,000 in the next year or whatever, and boom, now that's $1 million. But I don't do it for the money, really. It's like I'm comfortable right now, and that's what matters to me. But it's about the impact. It's about I want to make music that's going to impact people. And if it's not something I'm truly passionate about, I'm not gonna do the best job that I can. And if I'm not giving my best, it's not gonna impact the way I want it to.
There is always the fear, right? You have the number one. You have other records that have streamed really well, but different things constitute a hit, right? Like it's defined by different things. Do you feel like you surpassed the one-hit wonder realm of like area of fear, where that could be where you end up?
I did that a long time ago. Now it's like the bigger you get, the harder you fall. You know, so it's like it's less so a fear of not getting there in the first place, but losing what I've worked so hard to attain. But
Does that scare you?
Even then, I mean, it can scare me if I let it, you know, if I just sit there and think about it all day. But no, not really. You know, it's like I'm very conscious in my actions, in my words, in my decisions, and I don't want to do anything that's gonna everything I've been working for. So as long as I'm keeping that in mind, I don't really have anything to worry about.
What's your goal here, genre wise and music wise? Do you have goals? Do you have expectations?
I don't like to set like strict expectations. Like I need to have this many number ones by this amount of time. I need to have this many plays in this year, this much amount of money. At the end of the day, it all goes back to the effect. Like if I could change the way that people view music, right, and view genre, and say like, yo, we don't need to box things in and label them anymore and try and define art for artists. Let's just let artists create and democratically select what we like and push that to the top. And no one else has ever had the number one song on the rap charts and the alternative charts and the rock charts at the same time.
Yeah, dude.
So I know I'm already going and I'm doing that. And that's just like, I just got to keep doing that and, you know, inspire people to love more and listen to good music.
Do you believe in a genreless music world?
Yeah, I think it's just like, it should be like music before was more like TV, right? Where it's like, here's the sports channel. You like sports, this is sports. And here's the music channel. Here's music, here's the comedy channel. Now I feel like it's becoming more like YouTube where people buy into specific creators, and if they like what that creator is doing, it doesn't matter if it's sports, if it's a prank, if it's music, they just fuck with you. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of, I just want people to fuck with me for doing with what I love and be able to live comfortably off that.
For many moons, Daniel, I've been preaching genreless music world, and it's good to hear.
What is it like getting a number one? Like, where did you find out? How'd you find out? How'd you celebrate?
So it's like we had the number one song in the world technically because of on Spotify for like the whole month already. So that was like a celebration within itself. And when we found out with the number one on Billboard, that was even crazier because it's like I don't know. It's different having the world with you versus America, because I'm not out in Japan right now or Europe or the UK. Like I don't really get to see the effect of that. But going number one on Billboard, my head of my label, Barry, called me at 8:46 in the morning, and he knows I don't wake up until like 10 a.m. So I'm like, if he's calling me this early, it's probably really good news or really bad news. So I pick up and I'm like, what's up, Barry? And he's like, this is your wake-up call. We just went #1. It's not locked in yet, or it's not like public yet, but we got it locked in. So that's what's up. And I'm like, all right. And then I go back to bed for like another hour and I wake up and I see the Billboard tweet notification. I'm like, oh, that wasn't a dream. Like, this is real life. So I wake up, all my roommates, and I live with KBZ and Omer, 2 of the people that produced Mood. And we're all just running around the house. I'm jumping in the swimming pool. Like, it was probably one of the most exciting mornings I had this week.
Wow.
Speaking of swimming pool, didn't MGK tweet about? Didn't he apologize to you for something? Didn't he throw something in your pool?
Yeah, he threw our basketball hoop in the swimming pool, but that was when he had the #1. Now I know what it feels like,
So you should go to his house and you should deface his property.
That's a great idea. I'm gonna call him up right after this.
No, don't call him. Just go.
All right, cool.
Yeah. What are you gonna give somebody a warning? Hey, man, I'm gonna come in like about an hour. I'm gonna fuck with your house. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm gonna do, but in an hour, keep an eye out.
Just watch out. Watch out, Kels. I'm coming for your house.
You don't know when and where, but it's coming. Oh, you know where, but you don't know when.
Actually, that just reminded me. Speaking of him, didn't you were part of that What I Got cover with Youngblood and MGK, right? And Travis.
Yeah.
Barker? Dude, that was so
Dom
sick.
John.
How'd you get involved with that?
Well, I met Kels and Dom Youngblood through Omer, one of the producers on Move, one of my really good friends, and we just all kind of hit it off. Like, Dom is a very like upbeat, positive person, doesn't give a fuck about what anyone thinks about him. Kels is the same way. I'm the same way, and since we're all making music in that new alternative rock space, even though I'm a rapper, I still appreciate that kind of music, and they just asked me to do it, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Why do you think alternative has the ability to, beyond ability to come back, it is coming back? Why do you know why now?
I think because alternative music now is different than anything else before. Alternative has been widened up to kind of accept. Alternative has been the first genre to officially be like, yo, we're here for all this new music that nobody really knows what it is, but people like it. We're going to take all that. So Mood is technically alternative, but so is a song like Deathbed by Palfu. And Mood and Deathbed are 2 very different songs. But because alternative is being so open, it's drawing in a lot of people to come and rep what they like under the banner of alternative.
You mentioned the term democratic in terms of music and music discovery. Do you believe that that's true in 2020 more than it's been before, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, in the past, it's like, how do you find your music? Blogs, MTV videos, radio, it's all somebody else saying, this is what we like, you should like this too, right? Now we got Instagram, YouTube, TikTok is a huge one too. And it's basically like whatever the people like, and the algorithm is going to just push what the most people enjoy. And now it's the people choosing what they like, and rather than a tastemaker.
It's a big deal. The people speak.
And
now everybody else just responds and listens.
Yeah.
24kGoldn. We've covered a lot here, my friend. I really appreciate you, Golden. I love your name, man. And it's so connected in your life. Thanks for giving us time. Obviously an album, a debut one. Will you do that?
Yeah. Nah, I'm retiring now. Nah, I'm just playing. but definitely, that's a crazy thing. Like, all this has happened and I haven't even dropped my first album. So
you have 2 singles ready to go.
I got 2 singles ready to go. El Dorado is the name of the album. Ooh. It'll be dropping early 2021. And it's honestly it's the best music I've made in my life. So if you thought I was good before, you gonna really think I'm good now.
Well, please come back on and hang out with us for El Dorado. I'd love to dissect it and understand even what that name means right out the gate. Like, what?
Man, well, all right, I'll give you a little teaser. So El Dorado in Spanish means the golden one or the golden city. And my mom, she had a lot of fluent Spanish speaking coworkers. She's fluent in Spanish. And they would always call me El Dorado, the golden one. So that became kind of a nickname for me. And referencing the Golden City, I'm from San Francisco. We got the Golden Gate Bridge. We got the Golden State Warriors. but it's also this Latin American mythology about this lost city of gold with a golden emperor, and thousands of people, you know, from all across the world came trying to find where that city was, and no one ever found it. So I'm creating a sonic world and a visual world for fans to escape in, to tell my story, tell the story of where I'm from, and also, you know, bringing this greater mythological component.
Amazing. 24kGoldn, dude. It's from the day you were born. This whole path has been essentially drawn out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's weird to me, bro. Like, I feel like I'm living in like a movie or like a prophecy or something, but I'm having fun, yo. So that's all that matters.
Keep it consistent and soak every second in as much as you can. I mean, you can't really do every second, but I know it's a lot, and you go from A to B to C. I mean, be happy that you're not touring. Like, life, you could be traveling a lot more right now and really have no ability to enjoy any of this. Like, you know, you wouldn't be home for him to deface your pool with a
Yeah.
Quickly, I heard you mention somewhere else that you think the pandemic helped mood take off like it did.
Yeah, I think because of the pandemic, it's like it cleared a lot of space. Like when I was back in SF, right, on the freeways, they're normally crowded, but everyone's at the house, yo. And I feel like I'm that lone car on the freeway that's like, I don't give a what else is going on in the world. I got to get to where I got to get to. And when there's less traffic in the way, you get to your spot faster, you know? And me and my friends, we've been working diligently through this whole process. And a song like Mood that is fun and inviting and inspiring, I think it made people have a sense of normalcy. But the lyrical content is also like, why you always in a mood? Like, there's so many reasons to be in a mood right now. I'm sure that there's a lot of people that are saying that, and that needed to be said. Like, yo, why are you always in a mood? Because there's a lot of going on.
It's true. 24kGoldn. Thanks for the energy, my friend. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yo, yeah. Thank you for your energy, dude. I big fan, and yeah, thank you for this. Thank you. Hey, beautiful human. Thanks for watching our full interview, but I get it. Like, a full interview is a lot. So we got a clips channel. We don't expect you to watch the full thing anymore, so we just gave you the highlights. Please subscribe and notifications and all that stuff. Okay, cool. I love you.